Hey everybody, I'm Steve Mobby.
I'm Tyler Caldwell.
I'm Truett Smith.
I'm Alan Britt.
And welcome to the September Mystery Cigar Review here at Smoking Pipes. This month's Inquisitor is none other than our very own Shane Ireland. You've all seen him on this side of the table plenty of times, and now he has a chance to do it from the other end and see if he can stump us.
And he's definitely been an Inquisitor before, but it's been a while. 2 years probably since
I've been here
since
3 years now. Yeah, he hasn't
done it. And a little intro to the cigar. It's like a Lonsdale size, or something like that. Great size, but a little bit of trickery. Shane did cut all of the caps, so it's possible it was a pigtail or some sort of special cap, or he wants us to think that
it was one of those.
So, because it immediately, the first thing I thought with the clip cap and the Lonsdale was the Dapper exclusive. But then as soon as we lit up, I was like, that isn't this. But Shane's already at it with the trickery, man.
Yep. And as I mean, you can tell how far in we're barely into this, but it tastes super familiar, which always has me scared because it's like, oh shoot, I think I've smoked this before.
And the problem with somebody like Shane is he's got such a deep cellar, such a deep like humidor, so many things he can pull from, and he also knows what we all like very well.
He also knows what we don't like.
Or what we'd be familiar with.
But I like this for sure. I'm a little bit surprised just up front, and it's liable to change, but it's super mild compared to what I thought it would be just by the wrapper.
To me, the flavor is very on point. The flavor is very boisterous, but that nicotine strength is very mild at this point.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, the flavor's pretty full bodied for me. Like it's got a decent amount of spice. It's really rich on the palate, but I'm not getting like a big Nick hit yet.
Yeah, for my first smoke of the morning, I definitely would have liked something with a little bit more kick. Yeah. So thanks, Shane.
And I will say, like, every puff I'm trying to retrohale to get a little more figuring out what the cigar is in my mind. I got to say, what's really standing out the most to me is that, like, baking spice nutmeg kind of flavor profile.
A little bit of chocolate.
Also the texture, man. It's powdery, which I like.
Yeah.
So when I first saw the cigar, this reminds me of Lost and Found Plume Lonsdale. I don't think that's what it is necessarily, but I'm not ruling that out yet. It's a cigar I know Shane likes, and I also have enjoyed it, but it's been a minute since I've smoked it.
Yeah, I haven't smoked one of those in a while.
It's going to be blasphemy.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. I feel like the Lonsdale and the Plume is a little shorter, but that could be very misleading.
I also think this is maybe a touch spicier than I remember the Lonsdale or than the Plume being.
The spice on this is very prominent.
Also, the other cigar that just the visuals made me think of was Le Patissier. Don't they do a size that's similar?
The
to
original.
The original.
But I felt like it's like way richer. It's broadleaf.
Yeah.
It's like way richer.
And when those were out, I smoked quite a few of them, and I'm not quite getting. This isn't really.
Did the new release have a different cap, or were they always just a standard?
I think it was a standard.
Triple
I think
cap.
they're all standard, minus the either the Torpedo or Bellicoso.
Okay, which obviously that's not what it is.
Right. But also that original I remember the first one I ever smoked was before I worked here when I was a customer, and Tyler so graciously gave me a sample from PCA. And it has this like funky kind of blue cheesy note to it as well.
Okay.
That's I feel like I would recognize that immediately.
And plus,
I'm definitely not getting that as I'm smoking.
Plus, that cigar to me is like very full, like strength, and like we said earlier, like this is not hitting that nicotine hit yet.
I don't know. It's still too early for me to judge its strength, but yeah.
Rethinking country of origin.
Yeah.
It feels
no one wants to speak first.
It's Dominican to me.
DR.
Yeah.
Really, I'm thinking Nicaraguan with maybe a different wrapper, but
maybe like the milder, like outside of Esteli Nicaraguan stuff.
I'm thinking like a hodgepodge, man. I'm thinking.
Yeah. Hodgepodge. That's a
Hodgepodge.
good word. Good.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Tyler on that. I think there's some different things going on here. Burning well.
Yeah, super well.
Do you get, so I guess this is mainly for Tyler and maybe Alan, like, you know how different blending houses sort of have a signature sort of profile? Is this reminding you of anyone specific?
I've been trying to think about it this ever since I lit it up. Like, I kind of get like the My Father Tatuaje vibe from it,
Yeah.
but like an aged Tatuaje.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. What are you guys thinking in terms of age? Knowing Shane's collector proclivities.
/ cellar depth or
yeah.
humidor depth.
Yeah.
Which he's got a lot of old tatuaje. So that's definitely a potential.
So we got, what do we have in Lonsdale's and Tat? Because I was right there with Tyler on the My Father thing. We've got the LLE, the Lonsdale.
Box press though.
Haven't they done it in a Parejo a couple times? I think the most recent was
Maybe.
a Parejo, the one we just got.
The most recent was definitely a box press.
Okay, maybe I am wrong.
So yeah, jeez. I think it has some age on it. It feels, it has that like balance and slightly mellow vibe that you get when a cigar sits. But I mean, Shane has been out of the office for a while, and so I kind of doubt he mailed cigars in.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
questioning.
think he would have done that. Maybe.
I don't know. I think in his ways of wanting to like screw us all.
He's willing to do whatever it
Right.
takes.
Don't put anything past that guy.
He's full
So
of tricks.
yeah, so thinking back on the age, is it possible that this is just a more mellowed out Le Patissier?
That's what I was.
That's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
I don't-
again,
so.
which I know my father does make a lot of cigars for Crown Heads. Did they make Le Patissier though?
Ooh,
I think originally it was Pichardo.
yeah.
Okay, but then they switched, and now is it my father or?
No, it's
somebody else.
I don't want to
Naxa?
say Naxa. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's EP.
Don't quote us on that, but maybe.
But it
Yeah,
definitely,
we're wrong about most things on these
Yeah.
videos. That's going to be no exception.
for sure.
That's a good question. I mean, that cigar would have came out what 2021.
21. Somewhere.
And 3 years is kind of the amount of age I'm thinking on this. Like I wouldn't say
Yeah,
5
would,
or more.
I wouldn't say like like a 8-10-year-old.
No. I could see this being fresh or at most like maybe 3 years.
Doesn't taste or look very broadleaf to me.
It does to me.
I will point out though, like I don't know if it's just like the lighting
Yeah,
or
yeah,
anything, but dude, this is a super oily
Yeah.
wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, it looks more on that My Father side. You know, they use that Habano Rosado a lot.
That's true.
And it's got that red tint to it.
Yeah, the burn line too. You can see the oil all on the burn line, and like Steve said, yeah, it's burning really, really well.
Yeah.
Little micro toofy in there. It's a cool wrapper. I'm on the Tatuaje kick now, trying to figure out what it could be.
If I had to throw out another brand, I'm thinking Warped.
Nah, really?
I'm thinking Warped.
Okay. Everything I've had from Warped, and maybe this is because this kind of is where my preference is right now, but most of the stuff I've had from Warped, it's Kyle's sort of take on Cuban cigars. So he's going that more mild medium route, really floral type of profile, whereas this is coming off like it's rich, like it's kind of a dessert cigar. There's a bit of like meatiness to it, some earth, some spice, some chocolatey sweetness, but it's not that more floral, subtle complexity type.
Well, I think what's like popping in my mind to make me think it's Warped is I'm thinking like one of like the original releases of like the Rio Rojo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because I mean, to me, those were always pretty stout cigars. Like
Yeah,
probably
sure.
some of Kyle's strongest stuff that he's made.
Yeah.
But with that
what I like
aging
about it.
factor, with that aging factor, this could have mellow it out a little bit.
That would have to be a lot of mellowing, though. I mean,
Yeah.
to me.
Weren't those Aganorsa?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Weren't those Ecuadorian Habano wrappers?
I believe so.
Because I really enjoyed the 2019 Lirio Rojo. That was the
Yeah.
one I smoked the most of, and that had like a what's the cap style called?
109.
109. The 109 cap, yeah. And I still like, even though this was cut, the curve that you can still see, I don't think it was a 109 cap. But I don't know what the other releases had from like 2018 or whatever.
I want to say there's been a few that were the 109 cap, but most of them have been like the regular style cap.
What does Shane like?
If we're playing the man, Tatuaje is a good guess.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
he's been a fan of Tat since kind of the beginning, and he's got a real deep.
Yeah, he's
Stash.
given
But
me
also-
some Tat Blacks, some like really old Tat Blacks before.
What, Steve?
But also, just in the time that I've known him, his tastes or what he collects a lot have changed. So, like, what he likes or what he's into now isn't the extent of his collection.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence because I feel like Shane, in his mind, probably sat there and said, what can I do to fool these guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
He probably wants to give us something that
We think
they
we're good
wouldn't guess this because it's too obvious.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or something that like we'll think that we know what it is.
Or like
but it's
golden
just
slice type of situation.
Right.
Like a old, like Sam, I believe, got us with he gave us like a super old school cigar, just like a Romeo or
really?
something, and got all of us got it wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
of course.
oh, it was
H. Upman, maybe?
we did Monterey.
Hoya de Monterey.
We did Monterey.
We also, kind of an unspoken rule for inquisitors is, choosing a cigar or a pipe tobacco that we can all currently buy
available.
and
Yeah.
currently available, because we don't want to. I mean, there are plenty of great limited editions out there, but that doesn't really help anyone if you can't find it anymore. So that kind of seems to eliminate Lirio Rojo for me, and stuff like that, which also does slightly narrow down our guesses. But this is also really tricky because we've had a lot of brand owners be the Inquisitor lately, and they're obviously going to choose one of their own cigars. They're not going to choose someone else's, even though they could. With this is back to the old ways where it could be anything.
That's the
Which
problem, right?
that's why I feel like
been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had to do this, and it makes it so much harder.
We've been spoiled, man. Spoiled.
I gotta say, it makes it harder, but it makes it more fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't been this stumped in a long time.
So this is my first cigar
Ever?
mystery review. Yeah, my first cigar that I've ever smoked. Yeah, brand new palette here. No, my first time on the panel for the cigar mystery.
Wait, really?
review.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually I do the pipe
Right,
ones.
right.
So this is where we would normally stall and buy some time and talk about what pipe we're smoking. So
What cigar- what cigars
is everybody smoking?
What type of lighter did you use?
That's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Show off your cutters, guys.
Sheesh. Yeah, let's go back to like country of origin. So, are you still thinking there's Dominican fillers or something like that?
It feels just a Dominican vibe to me, but when Tyler mentioned my father, I think my father does a great job of making Nicaraguan cigars with a profile that isn't necessarily Nicaraguan. Like that, I think when most people, we talked about this a million times, when they think of Nicaraguan, they think of like Esteli tobacco,
Right.
super spicy, earthy, and my father just isn't that.
Like you gave me a My Father event exclusive yesterday, and I smoked it, and it could have passed for a Dominican cigar for sure.
Pepin's just crazy good at making really good balanced cigars. Like nothing is out of place.
And that's how I would describe what
Yeah.
we're smoking right here. This is very well balanced. Everything's kind of blended together very nicely.
So yeah, let's go down the My Father train then. I mean, we got their core lines, which I'm blanking on, but Tyler knows.
There's kind of a lot.
Yeah, I know.
pressure,
There's
Tyler.
so much. I'm trying to think of what my father I would think this is.
Right.
color, oh no, I was gonna say Lagduenia, but that has way more like
Yeah.
toothiness to it, and it definitely doesn't come in the size that I'm aware of.
So what do we have? La Antigüedad, but that's box press, right?
Yeah, it's got that soft box press to it.
What else is red? What's the Habano Oscuro?
I'm gonna throw out an idea. If we're kind of leaning towards this, like my father manufacturing,
Probably Tat.
they also make the new Wise Man by Foundation.
They do.
Do they?
Now,
I have not smoked
I haven't had the new one yet either.
So there is the Maduro and the Habano.
Yeah. No more.
I don't know the sizes off the top of my head. Like I want to say there's a Corona, but I don't think there's a Lonsdale.
What about Tat Black, man?
In my head, I feel like this is the color of the tobacco is a little too dark for the Tat Black. But again, if we're going to throw in like age as a factor,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
the kind of X factor here.
Like Tatuaje, I'm feeling Tatuaje on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think that's
toothy,
definitely where
man.
I'm leaning.
I don't know, man. Like I'm leaning towards Tatuaje. I kind of have some warped feeling about it.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah, I'm still thinking Tatuaje.
Could this be a monster? We're getting close to Halloween. We're getting close to Halloween. It's not a skinny monster, obviously, but did any of the monsters come in a Lonsdale?
The Cazador. Cazadors were what? Like small Lanceros? Or
Cazador would maybe be close.
Yeah.
But that would have been like a sampler of all
Right,
of them.
right,
So, unless Shane decided to open up 4
yeah,
box sets and give us
You
one.
never know.
That's true. You
I'm
never
not
know.
putting anything past that guy.
Yeah.
My flavor profile has stayed pretty consistent. It's not changed much. It's still got that spice on the retrohale.
Yep.
Still
getting some
full
sweetness,
and
chocolate.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Little
it has
like
not changed for me at all.
little floral zestiness to it.
I was just gonna say lavender, man. Like super floral for me on the retro hill.
And the side stream of it, I'm trying to work in my my Shane phrases here.
No
the
marzipan though.
No marzipan.
No marzipan.
I know the side
sure,
stream, like
sure.
the scent of it is really, really delicious.
Yeah, I'm getting super floral. Like you said, lemon zest. It reminds me of a tea, almost.
I think
could
that's a
see
good
that.
way of putting it. Yeah.
Yeah, the spice actually has diminished a little bit for me. Like that was kind of dominating the first inch or so, but now it's gotten a little more like bready, kind of baked goods, and less of that pepper.
I'm still getting some pretty consistent pepper, spice, that kind of thing. Baking spice.
It's almost this like hint of like mouth watering, like the feel of after you just ate like a handful of marshmallows.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. There's like this creamy sweetness.
It's been a long time since I've done that.
Hey,
So.
listen,
I cannot.
Don't knock
relate
my
on that.
guilty pleasure.
I mean, if I'm eating marshmallows, it's like in a s'more with like. And by the way, if you don't put crunchy peanut butter in your s'mores, you're living your life.
Hot take.
Yeah, that's wild.
S'mores are
That's
overrated.
a commercial.
And honestly,
Yeah.
like sometimes I will eat a s'more without the marshmallow. Like the marshmallow is definitely the worst part of the s'more. Just graham cracker, crunchy peanut butter, and Hershey's chocolate.
If you want to have
Just
a
smash
terrible s'more, my daughter is allergic to chocolate, so we have to do white chocolate s'mores.
Oof.
They are terrible.
yeah.
Let me just
Does
tell
she
you.
like them?
She knows no difference, man.
That's all she's ever
That's
known.
all she's ever known.
I mean,
She's been
to
deprived.
me, a s'more is not worth it. It's overrated.
I don't know. I kind of have this envisionment now of Steve being like a chef's hat, and having like a food truck, and it's just like Steve S'mores.
Just Steve
And he's
S'mores.
just sitting there like with a cigar hanging out. Like, all right, which one do you want today? Here you go.
Hold the marshmallow.
If you order it without crunchy peanut butter, I will send you on your way. No sale.
Well, it's not an
I don't-
option.
I don't want your money.
It's not an option. Yeah.
But if you try to be like, no peanut butter,
Get out of here.
I don't need your money.
Go to a s'more truck that has creamy peanut butter.
Go find one of those hipster s'more trucks.
I don't know. I'm pretty stumped with this. All I know is that it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's
I would smoke this again.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
For sure.
But yeah, we've narrowed it down to like 5 brands, 2 or 3 countries. We're not even close here.
I do really enjoy it, like Tyler said. It's something about the mouthfeel on this does make me feel like it's aged. Like in some aged cigars, I'll get that powdery mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Like, I know Shane is dedicated to stumping us, but I don't know if he mailed 4 cigars in.
And he might just be like playing into the fact that we're going to overthink it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, I'll put it this way: I wouldn't mail 4 cigars. I'd call Chris up and say, "Yo, pick these 4 out of the humidor and cut them for me." But I'm also not Shane, so that maybe doesn't matter. All right.
Final guesses?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have much else to add.
Yeah. I'm still going Tatuaje. I'm less confident about it than I was 15 minutes ago.
I've been less confident since before we started recording.
Well, at least you're staying consistent. I
That's
respect
right.
that.
What's the move? Yeah, Tap Black.
Tyler?
You know me, I'm going to be devil's advocate. I'm going to guess it's something, an entirely different brand that we haven't even...
Of course, this is what he always does.
I'm going to guess anything other than Tatuaje.
No, he keeps it. He keeps it to himself, and he doesn't share it with the group until the very end. And he knows exactly what it is.
He's got the long play.
I don't know,
Suspense
man.
is killing me here, man.
There's just something about it that, like, it just doesn't say Tatuaje to me, but it says Tatuaje. And I don't know if it's like hearing everyone say it, and it's like now subjective
You
in my
said
mind.
it, though.
I know, but you backed me up. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, we should know better.
And I'm gonna go with New Wise Man by Foundation. I'll go with that.
I don't actually think this is what it is, but
You get the point of these videos. Right?
wait, we're recording? We're on video? What's going on? I'm gonna say Crown Heads Le Patissier.
Okay.
I
That
think it's a
honestly
good
would be
guess.
my second guess.
I think it's a good guess.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I feel like it's gonna be Tatuaje though, so I feel kind of dumb. But
I hope no,
I'm backing you on
gonna
that.
say Le Patissier.
Yeah, my safety cigar is Le Patissier.
Just always. you're
Just at all
giving a
times.
Connecticut, and you're like, I don't know what it is.
Le Patissier.
Le Patissier.
Definitely. It's just something about the vibe. You broke down a Patissier and re-rolled it into a different.
Genius.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Trickery.
like it's like Wordle. You just always start with the same word, and eventually you'll be right. Is the
That's true.
idea?
Yeah.
So you say Le Patissier every time.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll.
What's your
be
first word?
right. I change it.
You just said that you don't.
No, I said it's like what you can do with Wordle, not what I personally.
but you can. I'm not
No,
gonna do that. But
I do a different word every day. It's more.
I do a do, because there's
Oh,
three,
like French adieu.
yeah, because there's 3 vowels in it.
Huh? That's a popular
Fair.
one. Yeah.
Well,
I'm more certain about that than I am about this. All right, but yeah, let's find out.
Hey everybody, I'm Shane Ireland, and finally I'm sitting in the Inquisitor chair for this month's mystery review, How the Turntables. You may notice that I'm filming currently from my home office. That's because I'm on paternity leave. My wife and I just recently welcomed our second son, Benicio, and instead of giving the panelists a traditional It's a Boy cigar, I wanted to celebrate with something a little more special. There's a decent chance these guys will get this one right. I know everybody on the panel has smoked this cigar more than once. I was hoping to be able to throw them for a loop with 1, the added age on this, and 2, a little bit of trickery. They're probably wondering why I clipped these before I allowed them to light up. That was to remove a possible context clue, which is that this cigar is rolled with a fantail cap. That's pretty rare. You don't see that too often. I thought it was a significant clue, and I wanted to take that off the table. The Vitola itself, which is a Lonsdale, might also be a significant clue, but we'll see if they get it right. What the guys are smoking this month are the original samples from the finalized blend of the Dapper La Madrina Smoking Pipes exclusive Lonsdale. These samples were rolled a little over 2 years ago. I've had them in my cellar ever since then. The cigar itself was released earlier this year, with the production run having been aged for a little little more than a year. I'm really hoping that the super rich experience and the complexity that this cigar has when aged will give these guys, I don't know, something to enjoy, but also maybe something a little more challenging. A lot of components in this blend, very complex, super enjoyable. I wonder if they get it right. Enjoy, boys.
I mentioned it.
Yeah, you did.
30 seconds
we,
into the video.
immediately we all dismissed it.
Yeah.
And, well, he said
Well, what the
enjoyable
hell?
and challenging, and
Well-
that's how I would describe this.
And I feel like it makes sense that we dismissed it because it was just released.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking this had, like we said, up
to
to
3
3
years
years
of
of age.
age, yeah.
And never would I have ever thought, oh, these are from the samples, which
Yeah.
all of us smoked the samples
Yeah.
too.
I still have one.
You still do.
Still have one sample.
But yeah, even if somebody would have said that, I would have said no way.
Damn it.
Well, thanks, Shane, for
Yeah.
Well, thanks for a
yeah.
great smoke. I mean,
Yeah, very
Yeah.
enjoyable.
And this is affirming my decision to buy a box of those because they've aged really, really nicely.
Yep.
Geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, total whiff.
Yeah. Big swing and a miss for us. Well done, Shane. Got to give you your props on that.
My boy.
Yep.
So if you haven't tried this yet, check it out. Dapper La Madrina, Smoking Pipes exclusive, Lonsdale. Killer cigar, ages incredibly.
Ages very nicely.
It's also amazing fresh. I've only smoked it fresh until
same,
now, and
same.
it's killer.
It is what it is.
It is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. Good try, guys.
We'll see you
Good
next
try.
month.
Yeah.
Adios.
Thanks for watching us fail.